We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.
What's shaking, y'all? Back in effect, it's your man, Bejesus, Mr. 100 Proof Juice, and this is Plant-Based Thuggin, powered by Thug Medici. See you, baby. Alright? Listen, today's meal is what? Of course, plant-based, of course, inexpensive, and of course, gonna fill you up. Now, it's a signature of mine. I make it when the bread ain't right, when you gotta stretch a couple days for that check. It's called big ass pot of beans. Now look, this is how we gonna freak it. We gonna make a big pot of beans. We gonna make a side of rice. We gonna make a side of plantain strips. We gonna make a side of veggies. And this is a meal that's gonna last you 3, 4, 5 days maybe. At least get you through the weekend. Surely you ain't speaking. So stick with me, Bejesus, more plant-based thugging after this. I'm taking you to the promised land, so just walk with me. Walk with me.
We plant-based thuggin.
So we gonna do this up. You gotta pay homage. You gotta make sure that you're not disrespecting your beans, right? Your beans, you need your base, you need your flavor. Now, in the Caribbean, you got your Latinos, they like to do a little sofrito base. You got your people, your black people from the islands, they like to do their base. You might get a coconut milk base. Me, I do something that is unique to me. Season them however you feel. Season your beans however you feel. But if you're gonna follow my lead, I'm gonna show you how I get down with it. So I always start out onion. I told you the flavor profile is undefeatable once you throw an onion up in there. Next to that, I got me a little garlic clove. Now you know me and garlic gotta love-hate, but when you're making your beans, you gotta make sure you putting a little. You just gotta do it right, alright? And I got me some cilantro, right? I'm gonna dice this up a little bit. Jalapeno pepper, of course. And then me, I like to throw a little potato in the mix. Potatoes are cheap, they're inexpensive. They thicken up that sauce when that starch starts to break down. So you could have, I like a gravy type bean. And then it's more chunk in your pot, so it's gonna last you longer. It's gonna stretch. Now granted, this is gonna taste delicious, so you gotta make sure that you eat in good portions, because you can eat your whole struggle meal in one day, and we don't want that. We want the struggle. We want to get you through the entire struggle. We don't want you to have a delicious struggle meal Monday, and then by Wednesday you skip it. Your ribs is touching. We don't want that. So make sure portion control. Alright? So we gonna get up in this mix real quick. Boom. So let's just recap everything that happened. I took my onions, my pepper, my garlic, my cilantro, and I diced it all up. I chopped it all up. Now, right now, my onions, my garlic, my peppers are sauteing in the pan. You want to do it on a low to medium flame, so that way you don't burn up the onion and the garlic. It's gonna give you that nasty acidic taste if you burn it. So you want to make sure that you're sauteing it on low, but you want it to get translucent and soft. So that's happening right now. Me, on the other hand, I got me this right here. This is 3 cups of kidney beans. These have already been soaked. I soaked my beans overnight. I think they say it's a 6-hour minimum. So right here, this is the beautiful bean footage. This is going to be satiating my appetite for the next 3 to 5 days. So regular dark kidney beans, like I said, soak them overnight. Once the onions, the garlic, and the peppers are done sauteing, that's going in the pot with them.
We plant Based Thuggin.
Shout out to the good people over at E-Red for that public ally mug. Just trying to be a public ally, baby. Here for the people. So boom, everything in the pan is sauteed to the right time, to the right amount. We're about to take our beans, toss them in there. Additionally, this is a cup of tomato sauce. Most people I know, when they make their beans, they use the tomato sauce that comes in a little can from a company that's undergoing some turmoil right now. A little blue label, 4 letters on it, starts with a G. I ain't condoning or promoting nothing. I normally make my tomato sauce from scratch, but since I don't have time to show y'all how to get down with the get down, I use the prepackaged sauce. So use whatever tomato sauce makes you happy. But for my ratio, 3 cups of beans, 1 whole cup of tomato sauce, and then you're going to add water to cover the rest of the beans. Now for demonstrative purposes, we're going to season it here. I would normally season it on the stove, but y'all can't see the stove. So I'm going to do it right here. So I like to start off. Back in the house, I got my pink Himalayan, baby. I'm feeling good. So here, probably about 2 tablespoons of salt. Now, I would normally hit it with my cayenne. Like I said, it's good for your blood. But that jalapeno I put in there was ferocious. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait to see how these beans come out before I decide to add any more heat. Because that jalapeno, when I was cutting it, I'm telling you, man, it's already hot in this apartment. I got a little dab of sweat on me. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to get up in here, some oregano. I'd probably say it's about a tablespoon of oregano. That's for me. You could do however you feel. You could do less oregano, more oregano, however you get down. Black pepper, I say to taste. Everybody don't like black pepper. I like black pepper in my beans though. I put about probably about a half to a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. Then, last but not least, about a capful of apple cider vinegar. That's just for me. Everybody don't do that. But that's how we get down with the get down. Now I'm gonna throw this joint back on the stove because I ain't got time to waste. More plant-based thugging after this.
We plant Based Thuggin. We plant Based Thuggin.
We are back with more plant-based thugging. Now beans are on the stove. They've been brought to a boil. Now in the interim, while they were warming up, what I did was I cut my potato. So I'm gonna go now that they're at a boil, put the cilantro in the pot, and I'm gonna put half of the potatoes in. See, this is what I do. I put 2 types of potatoes. They're gonna be at 2 different textures. So I'm gonna have some that's cooked more than the others. The ones that's cooked super duper, they're gonna break down a little. And like I said, that's gonna thicken up your sauce. The other potatoes is gonna be there for bulk. So I'm gonna go put my new accoutrement in my beans. Now that the beans are in the pot, I'm gonna let them boil for about 2 more minutes. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the beans and I'm gonna turn down the flame and let them simmer. Now it's gonna take maybe about 1 hour to 2 hours for these beans to be thoroughly cooked. In the interim, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check them, I'm gonna stir them every once in a blue, and I'm gonna taste it to see if I need to add seasoning. Now, we're gonna come back with more plant-based thugging, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Plant-Based Thuggin is recorded in front of a live studio audience at Thug Medici Studios in Orlando, Florida. If you'd like to be part of the audience, please call the number on the screen right now. Operators are standing by.
We plant-based thuggin'. We plant-based thuggin'.
Back with you, man. I am still Bejesus, and this is still Plant-Based Thuggin'. We out here. Now, what's going on right now is our bees in the pot. They doing what they do. So I'm about to show them how we gonna freak it on the side dishes. Plantains right here. I got one yellow, one green. The yellow, especially when it start getting bruised like this is a sweet plantain. This right here is a plain plantain. But I like to mix them up. Get you a little, what's that word? Camaraderie of flavors. So, I'm gonna freak my plantains right quick, right? And we just gonna get it how we live. Now for this meal, I decided that I want to do plantain strips. I want to do them the long way, right? So, I'm gonna lay it on the side. I'm gonna slice that plantain down. And we gonna get jiggy with it. Now it's really based on your skill level how you gonna get these down. I can't tell you like a thickness or nothing to cut them to. If I had to guess, I'd probably say like a half to a quarter inch or a quarter to a half inch, however it may be. And then I just slice them in half to stretch them, just to make more, because that's really what this whole meal is about. Like I said, it's a meal that's supposed to last you. Now, granted, right now my check just hit, so I ain't gotta eat this for 3 days, Dang. Listen, the key is not perfection. Never was, never will be. Because if you're already perfect, then what you striving for? You know what I'm saying? This plantain is a little softer than normal, so it's just doing all sorts of contortions and convulsions. But really, you want something akin to this.
We plant-based thuggin'.
So this segment of the show is gonna be called Plantain-Based Thuggin'. Look, I got a pan, a cast iron pan, heavy bottom. Heat it up with some oil in it right now, right? In the interim, I'm gonna season these plantains. I'm gonna do it real quick, real simple. The thing about all of this is that you gotta do it to your taste. You gotta do it down, you get down with it. So, some people like to soak their plantains in cold salt water first. I do it from time to time. It's not necessary. It takes out some of the starch. Some people, look, back with the garlic powder, man, my anti-garlic streak. I might be easing my stance. You know, this is but it's important for the flavor profile. You know, especially when you got your plantains, even the sweet ones. You know, a little more salt in the mix. I'm gonna throw a dash of cayenne in here. You know. So boom, it's quick seasoning, 3 seasonings: salt, cayenne, garlic. These are gonna be some simple plantains, and when that oil heats up, we gonna throw them in the fry. Ooh. More plant-based thuggin after this.
We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.
Yo, it's really good. Back in the house. So check it. Our beans got about half an hour left. That means that it's time to turn our rice on. Now this rice here takes about 20, maybe 25 minutes. What that'll do is they'll end around the same time, and the rice will have a couple minutes for it to settle down and cool. So here I got my rice pot. This is 2 cups of rice. Now everybody has their methods to cooking rice. If you never cooked rice before, you could read the bag. For me, this is 2 cups. I just put a little salt in the wound. Then I got 3.5 cups of water. You know, depending your bag may tell you to put 2 cups per cup of water. It might tell you to put oil. I don't do that. I got my own formula that's just from me making rice forever. So this is going on the pot. It's going on the stove. When the rice comes to a boil, we're gonna turn it down, we're gonna cover it. Same thing we did with the beans, alright? Now also, because our beans are almost done, that means that it's time for these last bit of potatoes to go in the pot. This is gonna be our potatoes that are not broken down. So these are going in the mix.
We plant-based thuggin.
So just to keep everybody up to speed, what's going on? Plantains done. Rice cooking. Beans on its way. All that's left is veggies. I checked. I got some leftover kale that needs to be cooked, so that's getting chopped down, sauteed, put on the plate. And we're gonna have a complete meal. Look, baby, we almost at the finish line. We almost there. I know this is a time-intensive meal, but it is for sure worth it. Like I said, this will last you a few days. It's gonna taste great. It's gonna be amazing. Trust me. Just stick with me. Walk with me. Feel me? More plant-based thuggin after this. So we're here. Our meal is complete. It's time to plate it up. First, I'm gonna add some rice to my bowl. Not too much, because remember, we stretching everything. Then, I'm gonna hit it with some of these wonderful beans, right? You wanna make sure you get a little extra gravy for that rice, you know, just to soak it up. Then, now you could do yours in a plate. You could do your kale on the side, or, you know, if you don't want to do veggies, that's fine too. I'm gonna do a nice little heaping amount of veggies on the top right there. Then I'm gonna take my plantains and hit them on the side. You know what I'm saying? Right here. And voila. Your gourmet struggle meal is complete. Now, I'm gonna have me a little taste of this right here. I'm gonna get up in this. That's it right there. Listen, these beans is interplanetary. Talking about strictly galactic, from a different world. These beans are hitting right now. I'm gonna give me a little bit of my My little plankton right there. Listen, the rice and the plantains is gonna soak up all of that bean juice. That bean juice is just gonna flavor everything. Your kale is there for fiber and nutrients. This is a meal, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with it. You cannot go wrong with it.
We plant-based thuggin.
I want to thank you for joining us today for another installment of Plant-Based Thuggin. As always, I'm your host, Bejesus, Mr. 100 Proof Juice. As always, we are powered by Thug Medici. And as always, I'm going to show you how to get it shaken on a plant basis. Join us next time for another installment of Plant-Based Thuggery, where I show you how much you mean to me by increasing your greenery. Plant-Based Thugging strictly for the people. Love you all.
We plant-based thuggin. We plant-based thuggin.